This is CBC Here and Now.
Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. Hope you're having a safe and restful holiday. Here and Now, a special, shorter program tonight, and there's a lot of COVID news to share with you, so let's get right to it. Another big spike in cases, another single-day record, and yet no hospitalizations. And as these numbers continue to climb, there is also a new back-to-school strategy. Here and Now's Henrika Wilhelm took part in today's unexpected briefing, and as you see, she's live in our newsroom. So, Henrika, let's start with the latest numbers.
Yeah, Anthony, it's another record-breaking day with more than 300 new cases of COVID. Here's how the numbers break down. There are 312 new cases of COVID-19, 216 in Eastern Health, 49 in Central, 30 in Western, and 16 in Labrador-Grenfell. With 44 new recoveries, that makes 1,111 active cases. Yet, the province will remain in alert level 3.
The important number is 0. That is the number of people we currently have in hospital as a direct result of COVID-19. The risk of hospitalization, the biggest reduction in that risk comes from being fully vaccinated, as nearly 92% of our population are. That reduces your risk of hospitalization by a factor of up to 60. A booster shot will further reduce that by a factor of about 5. We are well positioned to avoid straining our hospital resources. But as Dr. Fitzgerald says, we really need to be wary and see how things play out over the next week or so.
There's a big change when it comes to test results. Positive cases will now be listed online. Another change, the onus will be on the person who tested positive to alert their close contacts. That's anyone they've come into contact with in the previous 72 hours. Today, we learned that 487 healthcare workers are isolating, and Haggie says even that number is a low estimate.
We have significant number of healthcare workers who have become contacts and who have been required to isolate. We have incomplete data because the data, the system that's used to collect that data was damaged and is still offline from the IT outage earlier this year.
Now, education, Henrika, is also affected by today. What's in store for students after the holiday break?
Yeah, starting next week, students return to online learning. That's something the education minister says will be re-evaluated weekly.
It's not ideal, and I appreciate everybody's patience. We fully anticipate that there will be some bumps in the road in the new year. However, this is the eventuality that we prepared for in the final 2 days before Christmas break. So it is our hope that educators are ready to hit the ground running on January 4th for online learning.
Osborne says all students don't need government-provided Chromebooks. Other personal devices, phones, laptops, iPads, etc. will work. He says anyone without a device should contact their school administrators, and they'll make sure all students have the proper technology. And it's not just schools. For the next 2 weeks, acute care, long-term care, and personal care homes will go down to just one designated essential support person. There will be no more day passes for facilities except in extenuating circumstances. There is no change to end-of-life units or obstetrics. As the demand for testing rises, the minister says more testing sites will open in rural parts of the province. Dr. Fitzgerald says even people with one symptom should get a PCR test. She's reminding people not to enter a home when anyone is isolating, to pare down New Year's Eve plans, and to stick to a steady 20.
The last thing really that anyone wants is another lockdown, and we're trying to strike a balance between reducing spread and allowing people to engage in activities for their well-being. The restrictions that we have in place are targeted at the highest risk settings for widespread transmission. But this does not mean what is permitted is altogether without risk. So any activity where you are in close proximity to another person without a mask carries a higher personal level of risk.
And the COVID Alert app you were told to download at the beginning of the pandemic? Haggie says the federal government has dropped it, so it's now of no use. A question on people's minds across the province, especially in Labrador. Heggie says there is no shortage of vaccine supply. 100,000 more Moderna doses are on their way. Anthony?
Thank you, Enrica. That's Enrica Wilhelm in our newsroom. Now, to Labrador, more than a dozen of today's new COVID cases are in the Big Land, and as more people in that part of the province line up to get tested, there's an unexpected hurdle: expired testing kits. Here Now's Reagan Burden has that story.
Air Borealis flights to the North Coast have been flagged as a possible source of potential COVID exposures. Since then, the Nunavut government says there have been 10 presumptive positive cases found in Nain.
We anticipate that this number will increase because of the contact tracing. Labrador Grenfell Health and Nunavut Public Health are testing as many people as possible.
People are being asked to stay home and to limit their contacts to help slow the spread.
Right now, NG are discouraging non-essential travel, and also, as I noted, staying within your bubble. And even within that bubble, I hear some families now limiting the bubble.
For some communities in Nunavut, it isn't just the stress of a spreading virus. It's also about getting your hands on a test. They have a shorter shelf life, and many kits here have expired. Nunavut government says it's been working with the province since Christmas to fix this issue, and more kits are on the way.
I think it was a major logistics issue that, it's critical right now with COVID increasing in our northern communities, where we're isolated, where we have clinics. We don't have major health centers like Happy Valley Goose Bay and St. John's. These are very small clinics with limited staff and supplies and testing equipment.
While Nunavut are having their appointments rescheduled, there were long lineups at drive-through testing yesterday in Upper Lake Melville. Some people nearly made it to the end of the line, only to not be seen. Audrey Hurd returned again today, ready for another long wait.
Be prepared to be in the lineup for a while. Bring lots of food and water, something to drink, something to keep you occupied.
The town of Happy Valley Goose Bay says it's been working behind the scenes to help get information out to residents.
I understand frustration. It's affected a lot. There's been a lot of advisories out about different various places in town, and people are really concerned. We've expressed to government and to LG Health of our need to get that information, or as much information as we can, out to residents to try and as best we can alleviate some of that concern.
As drive-through testing continues today in Happy Valley Goose Bay, more tests are on the way to Labrador. But Dr. Janice Fitzgerald says those tests need to be delivered to a laboratory in St. John's, and weather could delay getting their results. In the meantime, the reach of the exposures in Labrador is still unknown. Reagan Burden, CBC News, Happy Valley Goose Bay.
We have a couple of January thaws on the way. Not great if you like winter, but I'll break that down for you coming up.
The beautiful white Christmas and a beautiful Boxing Day as well. And here in the east, doesn't seem to be so white anymore. Ashley Brawweiler joins us now with the weather. Hi, Ashley.
Hi. Yeah, no, it certainly does not out there. Temperatures have been fairly mild, well, above zero. Let's just say that. Let's take a look at those temperatures across the board today. Daytime highs around 1 degree in St. John's this afternoon, 2 in Bonavista, and similar temperatures right across the board, except below zero for Labrador. Just below zero, though, for coastal areas. And Lab City was sitting around -9 this afternoon. Not much of a wind chill for you, but as you head towards eastern Newfoundland, that's definitely the story. Wind chill values right now sitting around -5 for St. John's and -7 for Gander, and that will generally continue as we head through the evening hours tonight. Those winds will stay fairly brisk as well. Looking at wind gusts right now for the eastern half of the island, anywhere from 30 to 50 kilometers per hour. And we're seeing those winds generally out of the north or northwest. And that really has been the story. That area of low pressure just to the east of us now that's spinning offshore, that's basically the same energy that we've been seeing pretty much since Christmas Eve. And that is going to stick with us for the most part. At least this pattern will stick with us and these northerly winds. Now, I got a couple of questions about these northerly winds and why it's been fairly mild. Because normally when we do see these persistent northerly winds, it's generally quite cold. But the reason, or at least one of the reasons right now, is the fact that the sea surface temperatures are above normal from what we would normally see this time of year. Factor that in with some of the air that we're seeing, and we're seeing those warmer temperatures over the ocean hovering near or even a few degrees above zero. But note what happens when that continental air moves over from the Arctic. That will head a little bit further east as we head through the next couple of days, and that is going to cool things down. But then as we get into the end of the weekend, beginning of next week, we're looking at those temperatures warming right back up. And I'll get into those details in just a few minutes because it does look like we're going to see quite a bit of a warm up with that one. Right now, not a whole lot happening out there. A few showers and or flurries happening for the eastern half of the island generally. And that will stick around as we head through the overnight tonight, along with some pretty gusty winds, anywhere from 40 to 60 kilometers per hour. Could pick up a couple of centimeters with some of this, but it should be less than 5 centimeters by the time we get into the morning hours. And temperatures will dip again tonight, mainly for the west. You're looking at those minus single digits, hovering in and around the 0 degree mark for the east, and then some flurries up across Labrador and Nain going down to about -14 tonight. Now, as we head through the day tomorrow, not a whole lot happening. No big weather makers. We're still looking at some gray skies, chance of flurries pretty much across the board, and the winds will eventually ease as we head through the evening hours as well. But temperatures tomorrow will be hovering in and around the 0 degree mark or a degree or two above, and then staying below zero for Labrador, again looking at that potential for some flurries for Lab West. Now, looking into the weekend, this is when the next system will move in, and this one is going to bring some warmer temperatures as we get back into that southerly flow. Sunday into Monday, it looks like those temperatures will really bump up. This should be snow for Labrador as you stay on the cold side of that, but it is looking like whatever snow is left will be gone by the time Sunday and Monday rolls around. The winds will also ramp up, but we're looking at temperatures into the single digits, about 3 to 8 degrees by the time we get into Monday. Now, for central Newfoundland, you're looking at an even bigger warm up. We could reach the double digits by Monday. Western Newfoundland looking at temperatures hovering around 6 or 7 degrees, but then a cool down for the end of Monday for sure. Temperatures will dip back down to well below zero, and much colder for Labrador. You're looking at your temperatures into the minus teens, even minus 20s for Lab West. Had to share this photo, colorful sunrise in St. Louis, Labrador. Thank you so much to Brittany for that. If you have any weather photos, send them to nlphotos@cbc.ca.
And that about does it for Here and Now. We're going to bring you a special CBC NL production, Holiday House. It's a mix of seasonal music and party songs from some of the province's top performers. And we should note this show was recorded before the province's change in COVID restrictions. So that special is just ahead, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
That's right.
We've already been scanning.
Yes.
Yeah.
We still have it.
And you mean it's gonna go down, so we'll go down, so
Yeah.
flat.
Ukrainians' Christmas season lasts for way longer. Like, we don't end on the Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. It carries on for another like several weeks out. In fact, almost 40 days after that. And we have different kinds of winter carols. So some of them are the Christian kind of carols that talk about the story of what happened in Bethlehem. But lots of them are left over from pre-Christian times. And the songs are kind of like special incantations. So you'll probably recognize the most famous kind of Ukrainian winter carol. It's the one that sounds da 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 dum ba da da dum, known as Carol of the Bells in the West, but in Ukraine it's got nothing to do with bells whatsoever. So it's saying this special bird is going to come fly to your house and bring you good luck, and you'll have the most beautiful wife, the smartest kids, the best harvest, all the best food on your table, everything like that. So.
Щедрик, щедрик, щедрівочка, прилетіла ластівочка. Стала собі щебетати, господаря викликати. Вийди, вийди, господарю, подивишся на кошарю. Там овочки довелись, а янички народились. Тебе товар весь хороший, будеш мати мірку грошей, хоч не грошей, а полова. Тебе жінка чорноброва, щедрик, щедрик, щедрівочка, прилетіла ластівочка. Щедрик, щедрівочка, прилетіла ластівочка. Щедрик, щедрик, щедрівочка, прилетіла ластівочка.
Oh, we're rolling? Okay.
present in the past. I'm a silhouette, I don't know ya. I'm walking over broken glass. I'm crying over photographs. Broken frames, broken dreams. 'Cause every day without you is the longest night of my life. I'm sorry that I hurt you. Girl, I know that I shouldn't have lied. And I know you tried. Said, walk away, broken boy. Oh, I never knew I needed time from you. And I said, yeah, I know you were right. I was wrong, I won't fight you. No, no, baby, 'cause everything about you was the happiest part of my life. Without you, so you know that I had to try to get you back, baby. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I wanna try, yeah, yeah. I wanna try, yeah, yeah. Woo!
Hi, Baraka. It's great hearing your original music. I was going to ask you about sort of holiday kind of traditions in Tanzania. Are there holiday kind of activities that go on there?
Yes, it's a little bit different. Christmas is different in Tanzania. First of all, fun fact, I don't think I've ever had a Christmas tree in my house before. It's just never been a thing. It doesn't snow down there, so Christmas trees aren't really big. But if you walk into a shop, they're gonna have like Christmas decorations everywhere. And a big sort of tradition, I'd say, in many homes in Tanzania is share a meal with your family and friends. So typically, a staple in my home is we'd have like a barbecue goat every Christmas. We all get together, everybody's in there. And I remember when I was younger, we used to watch The Sound of Music every single Christmas. So that's a little tradition for me.
Oh come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel that mourns in lonely exile here until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. O come, thou rod of Jesse, free. Satan's tyranny. From depths of hell thy people will save, and give them victory o'er the grave. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Oh, come thou day spring, come and cheer thy spirit by thine advent here. Disperse the dark and gloomy night, and pierce the clouds and bring us light. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
We're here with the lovely ladies of Flower Hill. It's Andrea Monroe, Sherry Ryan, Maria Cherwick. I just want to ask you guys, was music a big part of the holiday season for you?
For me, definitely. My dad was a classical pianist and my brother was, and they kind of stuck to that. But at Christmas, they'd break out the cheesiest, most fun Christmas songs they could think of. And there was always music on the go, and singing was a big part of it.
And Sherry, I know your family, they all like to sing, don't they?
Yeah, I think when I was around teenage years, we started to have a Christmas night party at our house, and it would always be a lot of singing, all ages, that kind of thing.
We don't need to ask you because we know what you do for Christmas.
leaves have gently fallen and the nights are closing in, and the autumn winds are all but gone. Another year is nearly over and I'm older though it seems. This Christmas I'll be coming home. But this time of year it brings me back to when I was a child. All the memories of trimming trees and dinner on the boil. Oh, that little town in Newfoundland brought joy from year to year, where the waters gleam with Christmas cheer. So let's get the kids in line and leave our worries behind, for tomorrow will be Christmas Day. Let's take a ride, find peace of mind, where the boats shine bright with the lights in Port de Grey. People come from all around, all for a chance to see the boats all laced in green and red. For me it's been a while, can't help but smile, the family's hand in hand, for a picture on this night we won't forget. So let's get the kids in line and leave our worries behind, for tomorrow will be Christmas Day. Let's take a ride, find peace of mind, where the boats shine bright with the lights in Port de Grey. They string every line with care and pride. The harbor's alive as they roll with the tides. The lights may fade, but the memories remain. For the more things change, the more they stay the same. So let's get the kids in line and leave our worries behind. Tomorrow will be Christmas Day. Let's spend some time and find peace of mind with the lights in Port de Grey. So let's get the kids in line and leave our worries behind, for tomorrow will be Christmas Day. Let's take a ride, find peace of mind, where the boats shine bright with the lights in Port de Grey.
Was music like a big part, or Christmas music a big part of your growing up experience?
Yeah, Christmas in general was big in my house and still is for that matter. But one of my earliest memories is kind of my dad would make Christmas ornaments in the shed out of plywood.
Oh, yes.
Cut them out, paint them, put lights in them and stuff. And I was there maybe at 3 or 4 years old, you know, pretending to do something. But it's one of my earliest memories. So yeah, Christmas is always a big time of year in our house.
And was music a big part of that too?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like back in, there's videos of me with a little pretend guitar, you know, pretending to sing and play. And once again, I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew that there was something about Christmas music that really attracted me to it and to the season, you know, just in general. So.
Patrick, was there any big Christmas traditions in your family?
Yeah,
or?
a lot of music. Going to, like, of course, being in elementary school or whatever, we always had Christmas concert was always a big deal. So you started rehearsing for that in October or something like that, and that was always kind of a big deal. And of course, you know, Blue Christmas, and you know, and my sister played piano and I played fiddle and stuff along with her. And my mom used to sing. And
there's one song I remember I did at the one Christmas concert, Winter Wonderland. I think, and there's a big key change in it, right? And I was like 10 or 12, and it took me forever to try to figure it out. But
not much has changed, Brad.
No. Exactly.
Still gets tangly from time to time, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
My sister one year gave me a cassette tape of the Beatles' Revolver, but she put it in a big box that would have fit a furniture model TV, you know. So this is sitting by the mantle all Christmas. I'm going, what's in the big box? Oh my God, you know. And then there was a rubber boot in there, and just all this junk, you know, that I had to go through until I got to the Beatles tape, you know. So I remember that one, yeah.
Baby, ain't no drag, heaven in the little thing. Lebanese hash in a little clip bag, heaven in the little thing. Heaven, heaven, heaven in the little things, alright. Heaven, heaven, heaven in the little things.
'Twas the night before Christmas, 7 o'clock. A rusty old dragger ties up at the dock. She's rigged out in lights from her stem to her stern to spend Christmas Eve in St. John's. All the sailors are tired, lonely and bored. A piece of dry land is all they're longing for, but their hearts are away on some foreign shore this Christmas Eve in St. John's. Bovis Festus, Feliz Navidad. In a faraway country, a young girl is sad. Oh, it's the night before Christmas, and she misses her dad, spending Christmas Eve in St. John's. Like the Magi that traveled from the east long ago, up to the hilltop, to Mass they'd all go. Their Lady of Fatima, she waits for them there this Christmas Eve in St. John's. They hear the old carols sung when they were young, but they don't sound the same sung in this foreign tongue. Their hearts are warm, but their eyes tell the tale this Christmas Eve in St. John's. Bovis Festus, Feliz Navidad. In a faraway country, a young girl is sad. It's the night before Christmas, and she misses her dad, spending Christmas Eve in St. John's. Now it's back to the ships, the sailors all go to Crutchpie Porto in new fallen snow. And soon it's back to the fish they must go this Christmas Eve in St. John's. Bovis Festus, Feliz Navidad. In a faraway country, a young girl is sad. Oh, it's the night before Christmas, and she misses her dad, spending Christmas Eve in St. John's. Spending Christmas Eve in St. John's.
Everyone is sleeping safely. Don't know what I'm thinking lately. Thoughts get tucked away in the busy day-to-day. Wrap the presents, hang the stockings, light the fire, done with talking. Feelings coming through, thinking gentle thoughts of you. The tides of time move out and in. It's just a sea we're swimming in. I see you in every season. And on the days I find it hard to find my way, thinking of your love gives me reason. Spring comes round again with promises of new beginnings. Summer days flow, running home under streetlight glow. Fall brings quiet contemplation. Guess there's nothing new. The kids are fine, and I am too. But I miss you most of all. At Christmas time. Thoughts of you sometimes seem so far, but your love shines like David's star at Christmas time. 9 whole years since you've been gone, and Christmases they carry on. Mom, she sold the house, she lives in a condo now. Your grandson, he looks just like you, and like you, he loves Christmas too. And we still sing the songs you sang us. Spring comes round again with promises of new beginnings. The summer days flow, running home under a streetlight glow. Fall brings quiet contemplation. Guess there's nothing new. The kids are fine, and I am too. But I miss you most of all. I remember you, but I miss you most of all. At Christmas time.
Зелена, зелена яблінь, червоні ябка зродила. За твою жарту горівки кварту зелена, all day long.